Hey, everybody hold your cones. Don't sell. Even if you got XRP.
Yep, that's right. Everybody, you just better hold your cones because the second leg down is happening right now as we speak. What's up, everybody? This is Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro. Yay! And today we'll break down this Bitcoin chart and jump into this action. Now, we talked about the second leg down. We've been talking about this for how long? The entire month of February. So we're going to give you some price targets, talk about the market as a whole, and then I'm even going to tell you about some swing trades that we've been pulling off in the private group, making money. I'll expose what you've been missing out on if you're not in the private group. But of course, please be aware that none of this is financial advice. If you jump into this market head first and you have no experience, just because of some random YouTube video that you watched, you could lose your butt. You'll be sitting on two bones and your butt's going to be hurting. So just be careful. Use common sense, guys. And if you're not experienced, you probably just need to go away. Now, looking into this Bitcoin chart up here, there is a line, a magical line that we've been talking about for quite some time, since back in December of 2024. And this magical descending green line has been dictating the action of Bitcoin. Now, as we were bouncing up to the line, and it was resistance here, resistance again, and then it flipped and jumped on top of the line, it flipped to support. It bounced off here in support. It bounced off here, even though we had a wick. It was a green wick. And we just stayed on the line, bouncing off of it several times. Came back up, and I thought, well, maybe the green line is done. But lo and behold, it was not. And once we started to move down, what did I say? I said that once we come back down to that green line, it's going to be a decision point. And that decision point was going to tell us one of two things that would happen. What were those two things? We would bounce off of the line as support, or we would fail the line and start to move down and have that second leg down that we all talked about. So now it is very clear, it's hideously clear that we have failed the line. And we talked about targets in the last few videos of what could happen if we fail the line. Well, we already hit one target. We talked about Bitcoin dropping down to the 200 EMA. That's this blue line right here. And what happened? We wicked, touched the line, and now it's kind of jumped back up a little bit, but the stochastic is still looking very bearish. Look at this right here. It's pointing straight down. And it looks like it wants to dip into the oversold zone. So that means that the second leg down might not be done. So what are the targets? Well, let's give you the targets in order of highest probability to lowest probability. Well, of course, highest probability would be touching down again on the 200 EMA line. That's number one. But if we fail that line, since we've touched it once already, we could drop down to this golden line right there. And so that golden line is a very important swing point, just like this green line was. And if we jump down to the golden line, that price point is somewhere around 84K. Now, you see this red line down here? Well, that red line tells us what the next lowest point could be in order of descending probability. If we don't hold the golden line that is ascending, we could drop down to this red line. But where did I get that red line from? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'll show you where I got it. It's from the 1 week chart. Now, first of all, on this 1 week chart, we see that the stochastic is steeply heading downward to the oversold zone. And we talked about the possibility of the 1 week chart cycling all the way down before we hit the big run in March. So that's our indication number one of continued bearish action. Indication number two is right downstairs with the MACD oscillators. We have a crossover point right there. So this lagging oscillator says, yep, we crossed over, and now we've got bearish momentum, both with the oscillator set and the bars printing on the histogram, which are solid red, indicating we're still falling away from this zero line. Okay, so now we can look upstairs and figure out how I determined that this red line could provide us the next clue of where we bounce. So looking at this red line that I made, what is this? It's an extension of the 50 EMA on the 1 week chart. That's right. So if this curls around because of the downward action and then it levels off, we could come down to this red line. And that would give us a target of just below, say, 80,000, maybe 79, somewhere around there. Now, if we really dig deep down and have a super dive before the run happens, we've got this descending blue line. And if we drop all the way down to that blue line, that could give us the price target that we've been hearing people talk about. And that could be like below 70K. Now, that's the lowest probability, all right? But I'm just putting it out there because it's possible. Now, if we drop all the way down to this blue line, notice that there's another line here. There's a top that was created that we wicked up to way back in March, and that's at 73K. Now, I would say that if we do drop down, we might find a support at this top that we wicked up to back in March. And in fact, I'll put another line here. Let's make a baseline that comes from the top of this point. All right, let's just bring it on along and we'll make this line blue because blue stands for a solid base. So if we come down to this baseline, that would be 73K. And that would guarantee that we are respecting the market structure that was created way back in March. All right. So this could be the base, the bottom base level that Bitcoin could go to before we vault out of there and have a green march. I'm looking for a green march. And as we were saying on previous videos, the reversal could happen the last week of February or the first week of March or the second week of March. Whatever the case, we're probably going to come up and have an uptrend at that point. Right now, we've got all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt because of the Trump tariffs that are being put in place to threaten the world, other countries that are taking advantage of the disadvantage that the United States has with trade. And so everybody's all scared. But those tariffs will probably reverse once other countries capitulate and decide, okay, we're not going to take a chance. Yeah, we got this huge advantage over the United States, but we're going to pull back on our tariffs and play fair. And I'm thinking that whenever Donald Trump gets rid of some of those tariffs, it could be the bullish action that happens in the news that gives us a reason to blast off and start with a nice fresh start of an upward trending trading channel in March. Now that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that it will absolutely happen, but we do know that a lot of this downward action is underscored by the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that were put into place by the enactment of the executive orders for these tariffs. So that's what I think Bitcoin is going to do. Share your comments in the comment section and tell me what you think. Do you think the target is at the golden line here, or do you think we will come on down to the 50 EMA, or will we get the worst case scenario and jump down to the blue line, which represents the overall base that would say, hey, we're respecting the market structure that was created from last year at this time? Let me know. I'll be curious to hear your comments about that. And now, as promised, I'm going to clue you in on some of the stuff that the private group has been doing. We've been flipping stuff, having a good time, making lots of gains because we don't get married into any of these projects. All we look for is a chance to buy low and sell high in the charts. So one of the items that we flipped was Micro GPT. So I started buying Micro GPT at 2 cents. And what I teach in the group is to use the DCA method, dollar cost average. That means that when I bought at 2 cents, I didn't panic and sell it all like most of the rookie investors do. So after I bought in at 2 cents, somewhere around this area, I decided to DCA. So as we failed, I bought again at, say, 1.2 cents, and I bought again down here at 0.006. I brought my dollar cost average all the way down to like 0.009. And then once we wicked up to this descending resistance blue line, the stochastic was peaked out. You see this right here? It's still peaked out and it just crossed over bearish. So I sold at 0.019 right there. And a couple people in the group did the same thing and took some nice profits. So I sold the bag and decided to wait for it to capitulate, and then I'll probably do it again. That's what we do. We're swing traders. We look for making profits along the way instead of just doing the hodl thing, hold on for dear life, and through all of the ups and the downs, while the people are holding on for dear life, we're buying and selling. And so I sold, and I'm going to wait for this to correct probably all the way down to 0.008, and then it's rinse, wash, and repeat. And I'm going to do the same thing. So a few other plays that we took part with were the memes. Now, of course, everybody says memes aren't going to do anything this year because memes are old. So while everybody is saying memes are done and only AI projects will do well, I'm buying and selling memes. Let's look at Grok. So I bought Grok down here at 0.0029. I sold up here at 0.0058. I took a nice double, nearly a double, and put that money away so I could buy something else. And I might buy Grok again. Now, Duco is another one that we were looking at swing trading. I was buying Duco. I think I bought down here. I sold a little too early, but look what it did. It went from 0.0002 and it went all the way up to 0.001718. Good Lord, that's almost a 10x. So I missed that big spike, but I made a little profit, and now I'm waiting to do the same thing again. But that's what we focus on in the private group. We've got some serious investors that have the bags, that have the discipline, that are being financially responsible. In other words, they don't play with money that they need to pay the rent. If you're the type of person that you could barely pay your bills, you don't need to be doing this. But if you want to be in the private group, you can click the link in the description. It's 50 USDT per month, or 100 if you want to be a gold member like Randall. Shout out to Randall. Yay! You get extra things, and you're basically paying me for a little bit of help with reading the charts. I'm not telling you that I absolutely can predict the market. I don't have a crystal ball, and it's, again, not financial advice. But I have a lot of experience, over 30 years, with reading the charts and just confirming what people's gut feelings are. So they'll ask me, what is the chart saying today? I let them know, and then we have fun swing trading along the way. So March is coming up. If you want to be a part of the private group in March, it's when the market is going to be going up, and we'll be doing a lot of swing trading. Contact me first before you join, because I do not want rookie investors or people that cannot afford to invest. And again, you're paying me for coaching, for reading the charts, for the research that I provide. That's the value. And you can be like some of the swing traders in the group, like Randall, yay! Like Pablo, yay! Who is a total hot dogger. Pablo is just going bananas in this market here lately. We got Philip in the group. Shout out to Philip. Yay! And my brother from another mother, Carl. Yay! Carl is in the group, and we are having a good time. We chat all day, every day about the market, and we're looking to make money and maximum gains once the real bull run hits. So that's what's happening, guys. Hold on to your cones.
Everything's going to the moon.
It's going to be a crazy ride. Post your comments below, and you definitely want to subscribe, hit the like button, do all that good stuff. And I've got a couple videos coming your way for the people that are really hurting, that are sitting on a certain coin that really exploded and came back, and that's XCN. So for you people that bought XCN way up here at this top and you don't know what to do, well, hang on, I got a video coming your way. You know, we had the one fella that said XCN will never go below 2 cents ever again. I love it when people say stuff like that. Well, anyway, I'll give you a little bit of insight and advice. We'll also be talking about Swift Coin, mobile, B3, lots of good stuff. So anyway, there's a lot to have fun with, a lot to swing trade, lots of good things are happening in the market today. And that is all that I've got for this one. This is Carlton, and I am out.